with all due respect. With all due respect.
Peace world, what's going on? This is your main man Moe, and to my left we have the lovely lady Simone. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, and we are the With All Due Respect podcast.
Yes, get it right.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hopefully y'all been checking out Aunt Bertha on Monday.
Yes.
Y'all been checking out my Moe's Monday Moment and everything
Moe's
else that we got
Monday
going on. We really
Moments.
appreciate y'all. Let's go ahead and get that out the way before we actually start the podcast.
Yes.
Hey, Simone.
Yes.
Are you married?
Am I married? It depends on the day, baby.
Today, are you married today?
I'm married today. Y'all right today.
So that means you're happy.
I'm happy. I'm smiling. I'm always happy.
Wow, you a lucky lady then.
It depends on, you know.
Lady. He's not a lucky man. You're a lucky lady.
No. He's definitely lucky. He's you know. Like. I'm not going to entertain this, you know.
How do you deal with disappointment, adversity? Just not, things just aren't panning out the way that you think you should. You know what I mean? Keep in mind, they always said if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans.
Exactly.
So how do you deal with that? I know lately I've been finding different ways of dealing with, I want to say, disappointment. Just dealing with detours.
To be honest with you, that is a very, very good question. And I'll have to say, to deal with things like that, and like you say, I don't know if I would necessarily call them disappointments, because I believe that everything pans out the way it's supposed to. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, in the end, everything is always going to work out. And I'm going to come back to this really quick, because I feel like people have to understand that the only person that you should be looking to make happy or to just kind of like find those answers is within yourself. If you are okay with yourself, you can't look for that in nobody else. And like you said, am I married? I can't look for that in my spouse. I have to first validation or even just anything along happiness. Yeah, you have to, you know, when people think about self-love, they don't understand how important that is. You know what I'm saying? Because we hear it all the time. I used to hear people say, oh, you got to have self-love. I didn't really understand it to the magnitude until I really realized, like, it's not selfish to love yourself on a level to where you put yourself first beyond anything. Then when you put yourself first, it's not selfish, because the best you will be going out to the people who you really love the most. So it's not selfish by no means. It's like, I'd rather make me happy, and you're going to see, you may not like the decisions that I make, but because I'm happy, you're going to see that my happiness means so much to me that it's going to make you happy. It's going to make,
What if I'm disappointed in the decision that you made for yourself?
No, as long as it's along to the lines of,
I mean, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you were invited to another podcast to sit down with them, mm-hmm. and you actually took it on.
Okay.
But me, I'm thinking we're a team at this point, so we should be representing the podcast as a collective, unless it's an all-female panel, nonetheless. But
you got to understand on that right there, you know, we have that's a hard question, because we have an understanding, you know what I'm saying? So anything that I do.
Do we have an understanding as a podcast, or we have an understanding as a married couple?
We have an understanding just in general, you know what I'm saying, as a podcast, as a married couple, just in general. So you already know the decisions that I make. I understand what I do reflects not only on you, but our kids. Correct. So I'm very careful of how I may act, the things that I may say, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to still be me. But I also understand now that there's consequences to your actions. Because some people say, well, I can't withhold, and I know there's some things you still can't do. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, there's some things you should not want to do in certain places. Like the things they say, that's a time and a place for everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You may see me acting some type of way one place, and then I can go out and change and adjust in this right here, and you're like, oh, okay. That's just being able to know and understand that you can't do, you know, everything ain't meant for every place.
This is true.
You know, so when it comes down to having disappointments and, you know, rough times or stuff like that, man, you gotta look at it as just a learning experience. It's all a part of the process, man. And that's the exciting thing. It's a part of the process.
But, you know, for it to become exciting, you have to actually adjust your perspective on things.
Oh yeah.
Because I know with myself, life will happen, right? Let's just call it life. We don't want to call it detours. Let's just call it life. Life will happen, and at one point, I would actually shut down and try to figure out what took place. And that shutdown process may go from a day to mm-hmm. a week to a month. But then you look at it, all that time has passed to where you could have kind of just, all right, cool.
But look though, you had to go through that. You know why you had to go through the shutdown? You had to go to the shutdown to get to the point to where you are now, to understand that even when I shut down, things still didn't go my way, but in the end they still worked out. So just appreciate the fact that you were able to know that you went through the shutdown. You acknowledged that what you did. You acknowledged the fact that you still wasn't in control. You acknowledged the fact it still didn't go the way that you wanted to go, but ultimately in the end it worked out. So therefore now you have to come to a place in your life to where you say, you know what, let me think about something. If it's still going to work out, no matter what it is that I do or try to do, or even if I shut down from the world, why not just try to make myself happy in the process of going through what I'm going through? Why not find something good to focus on? Like I always say, every day will not be a good day, but you find something good in that day. The good in that day is what you focus on. It could be hell breaking loose around you. Find that good, focus in on that, because it's gonna go the way it's gonna go regardless.
This is true.
If you focus on that negative, now you in a negative, anything, whatever that negativity, that attitude you got, you're gonna attract nothing but that negative attitude, that negative energy gonna come and feed you. But if you say, you know what, dang, it's rough around me, but guess what? I'm going to just focus in on this right here. Because, boy, I was laughing when I heard this joke. Or I was laughing at this individual. And then you'll see good stuff started coming. Because it's going to pan out regardless. Then somebody may say, you know what, man? Let me take you to lunch. Or let me give you this. Or unexpected stuff that you didn't even think about. And that's just because you chose to change your energy. You choose to be happy. That shift in your happiness makes a drastic change. Everything will always work out the way it's supposed to. It's going to go the way. But when you make yourself happy and you choose that different energy path, it comes a little quicker. But it's still going to work out the way it's going to work out.
So ultimately, your perspective changed as far as life. Things not going your way. So your perspective changed, like, all right, it'll be all right. So
yeah, because I remember
so
this is so.
In the moment of it, right when some shit then hits you right there.
I just keep repeating everything's always going to work out for me. Everything. I remember, man, this is so eerie to me because I remember being at a job, and I'm not going to say her name, and man, we were there, and she was like, I just don't know. I don't know how things going to work out. And I got I have these moments where I get like chills through my body. And I got like a chill through my body, and I just looked at her. I said, let me tell you something. I don't know how, but I promise you everything going to work out. I said, it's going to work out. You're going to be okay. She just looked at me. I was like, I don't know how. I can't tell you X, Y, Z. I said, but I promise you everything will be okay. You're going to, whatever it is, if it was a bill at the time or whatever it was, I can't remember. I said, it's going to work out. It worked out.
You know what I do? I don't even think you noticed that time. So whenever an obstacle or challenge come my way, you typically can see it on my face, right? Depends on what you can. Most people just think I got a brick face when I'm not smiling. But typically I'm in thought. But I'll come to Madison. I'll hug her and whatnot. Like, Madison, it's going to be okay? She's like, yeah, Dad, it's going to be okay. And even in situations like that, because typically I snap right out of it, right? I'm not that person at this point no longer to where I dwell on. I'm like, all right, I'll fix it. We'll figure it out. It'll get done. And then most times you always say things are always working out in our favor. So what I've noticed is even those little small windows when I'm like in uncertainty are other kids that say something. Like Malik said the other morning, Sunday or something like that. He said, Dad, I said, what's good? I was just laying down on the couch doing something. He's like, Dad, I said, everything's gonna be all right. He said he didn't know what's going on. He just said, Dad, we're gonna have a great week. Like, I said, what makes you say that, son? He said, I don't know, Dad. We're gonna have a great week.
Yeah.
And sure as shit stink.
It was a good week.
The phone calls came in, the text messages came in, the opportunities came in, and in fact, that is it. And it's only Thursday, and we still got 3 more days for something great to happen. I'm gonna go ahead and claim it. I'm gonna hit the lottery this weekend for 6 figures.
Let's go.
At least 6 figures. I'm gonna hit the lottery.
All right now. So nobody ring the phone.
If y'all don't hear from us next week, the With All Due Respect podcast has moved on. And we appreciate all that.
That'll be the end of the broadcast.
At least from my behalf.
No, but man, in all seriousness too, man, people have to stop overthinking things. You can't overthink, because if you get in a state of overthinking, it's nothing gonna happen, man. You gotta find peace within where you're at in your situation.
Overthinking
and then
leads to underachievement.
what I told somebody one time. I said, let me tell you something. You're angry. You're upset. Like, oh man, nothing working out. This right here. I said the only thing that you can think of in the state of being angry is angry thoughts. The only thing, when you're angry and something's not working out, only thing you can think of is past things that never worked out. Man, my life never went this way. This right here happened like this. Man, I'm going to tell you, I always find myself in this situation. That's all that's going to come to you because you're in that state of being angry. You're just in, you know what I'm saying? But if you choose to switch it off, just try it first. You know what I'm saying? Just try it and say, you know
what's
what?
going to happen if you decide to keep those negative thoughts. So how about challenge yourself?
Challenge and say, you know what?
Challenge yourself and be like, you know what? Tomorrow's a better day.
Nah, not even tomorrow.
Right,
No.
Not even tomorrow. The next hour, next 30 minutes, whatever the case may be.
But like, yo, today is still a good day. Like, look for stuff around. Like, man, those roses are beautiful. Like, you miss the little stuff. You miss there's so many things, like, because a lot of people don't realize, right? When you think about it, the world has so much storage buildings and things coming out, right? They got so much storage buildings. There's people have so much stuff, but then they're still chasing extra stuff. Think about it. If you're in your house and you're sitting there like, man, I ain't never got nothing. You a person that never got nothing, but you mean to tell me you got a storage building over here, you got stuff around you in your house, but then, yo, I got to get this right here, these new shoes, these right here. Like, you're not appreciating what you got. Nothing can come to you when you too crowded and got all this other stuff.
I was about to say that. And that right there segues into something that you actually told me this morning. You cannot receive new things when your plate's already full with stuff already. Because you're not quite a hoarder, but nonetheless, you're holding on to things.
Let me ask you a question. What do they tell you when you go to the buffet, when you go back for a second round?
Don't eat more than you...
No. What they tell you?
Clean your plate. New
plate. You got to get a new plate. That's prime example. When you go back to the buffet, you can't take that same old plate. I don't care if you cleaned it.
Parallel.
You have to go get you a new plate.
LadySamoan got me to get rid of some of my clothes. Well, I ain't gonna say some.
No, a lot.
A lot of my clothes, like probably about 40 shirts and
a lot.
12 pair of pants.
And let's throw this in there too, because people got to understand. Some people are holding on to things that they had for 10 years. Mm-hmm. It could be a dress, and you're like, man, I'm gonna get back in this. When you get to the point to where you may get back in it, the style is not going to be something you may even like.
Even if it's the style, you're not going to
it's like you made an accomplishment in your life, and you got down to this certain point, and you're like, you know what? I got to go shopping, baby.
Absolutely. I agree. I had stuff in the closet jar with tags on it. I want to say out of those 40 shirts, I'd say about 20 of them still had tags on it. Out of the pants, I would say about half still had tags on it. And I looked and I thought about it. I think it was about 4, maybe 5 years old. I never wore it. Just sitting in the closet. And I actually gifted them to somebody, and they were super duper appreciative. And it made me feel good versus me just walking by it in the closet and not even paying attention to it. So nonetheless,
you have to you have to start eliminating things out of your life in order to appreciate what you already have. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have overcrowded houses. You look at your kids. We always do that thing to where we say, man, I buy them this, but they rather play with the pot.
This is true.
You know what I mean?
And especially when it comes down to footwear. A lot of people go spend a lot of money on high-end sneakers, but I remember it was myself at one point in time. Malik wanted I think it was some shoes with some Velcro straps or some lights or whatever. But I want him to have some Air Max. I can't remember what sneakers.
You gotta let them have what they want.
You gotta let them have what makes them happy versus what makes you happy.
Yeah, they're like that now, and that's one thing I really value about our children.
It's very simple.
It's like some people will go and they'll say, you know what? Why does boy like to wear these same pants over and over? And they're washed, they're clean, but he loved his sweats. He loved this T-shirt. He loved his shoes. That's just them. And you know what? At first, I was just like, man. Don't do that, man.
Just let them be comfortable. Because we're gonna say something in regards to that right there. As far as our son Mason, he likes to wear his Crocs. I don't care if the Crocs at the back of the strap is popped off.
Yeah.
Like he used to sneak his Crocs in his book bag, like it swapped out in school. But the thing about that, like I was telling LadySamoan here, is let them wear what they want to wear. Like, don't let them wear no shorts on this dead-ass winter. But they try to do that too. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, let them be comfortable, because if they're comfortable in their own skin and whatever it is that they chose that's okay, that's presentable, clean, most importantly, they're going to be able to function at a higher level in school versus you having the new phone
but you got a crisscross applesauce and some jeans you uncomfortable in, you know?
You got some foam posits, which aren't the most comfortable sneakers. You got some new jeans. Like our oldest son does not like wearing jeans.
None of them like.
Actually, none of them like wearing jeans. They prefer joggers.
Lord, none of them like
so
jeans.
long as they're comfortable, that means their head is in a space to where they'll be able to process the information.
And they can be creative though, ultimately.
And very creative as well when it comes down to it. There's a gentleman, Jeremy Lorenzo, the owner of Fear of God. I think majority of his line is sweatpants. He recently just posted that they didn't let him in a high-end fashion show because he had on sweatpants. They didn't know who he was, neither. But nonetheless, it showed their true intentions right then. But he said, all right, cool. He just turned around. Like his typical attire is sweatpants, oversized shirt, some flip-flops or some slides or some sneakers, and that's in some shades.
But you got to be comfortable with who you are. And I think we got to start... we gotta start talking to our children too. You gotta have these conversations with them because that's the only way. That's the only way that we can understand the things that they like and they don't like. And I'm gonna bring something up because I don't know the details of it, but I saw something to where it said a little girl hung herself in the bathroom of school in middle school. Yeah, and God bless that family and all that they have to go through, even the school. That's a hard pill to swallow. And we look at it and it really touched me because I'm an advocate for kids, man. I'm like, because I work with kids for so long, but I really understand that all they want is somebody to talk to them. That's all they want. They want somebody to talk to them and somebody to just look at them and be like, you know what, you doing good.
We had that moment yesterday. We won't say what
just
exactly
smile at them.
But we had that moment yesterday.
That's all. They want confirmation. Yeah, they want you to look at them and they want you to say, like, I'm going to tell you. I see some kids to this day and they're like, Miss Courtney, guess what? This right here, XYZ. And they want to tell me everything and they smiling because they know I'm going to boost them up.
And you know what that? I learned that when I spent that summer at the daycare helping out. You know what? Think about it. I might slide through there later on today.
Yeah.
Mr. Moe!
That right there, man, I'm telling you, I take the children so serious because they're our future, but they're unheard.
You know what? We had this conversation this morning at work. This gentleman said this generation, his opinion, they lack communication skills because of social media.
No, they lack communication skills because their parents ain't communicating. You can't lack something that nobody ever taught you or ever did with you. We can't keep blaming social media. Social media has a variable. It is a variable in this whole thing. But we can't sit here and say, oh, because of social media.
No, we're not gonna throw all the blame on it. It's definitely
but we gotta talk about the root. The root is nobody having a conversation initially, so then you go and find something to replace what you're not getting. Our kids does not have social media. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, none of that.
But nonetheless, look at their parents. Their parents are very
But
talkative.
listen to what I'm saying. So that's a root. Which
is
their trees planted differently. So therefore, they know how to talk and communicate. All I'm saying, which is not saying, oh, we're the best parents of this right here. I'm not saying none of that. All I'm saying is, if you don't implement that in the I'm going to tell you something. I remember a girl, man, shout out to her. When I worked at daycare, she was in high school mom, had a little baby girl. Every single day after school, she came and picked her up, and she talked to that little girl. The little girl was an infant, and I used to be like, "Dang, this kind of mind blowing." You know what I'm saying? Like, and she'd be like, "How was your day?" This right here, constantly, every day. And I'm gonna tell you something. That's the root right there. She started that in the beginning. I can't blame social media for something that we don't implement in the very beginning. Now, does social media have some blame? Yes, but that initially beginning, because we birthed them babies.
Okay, I agree with you on that one.
We have to pour something in them before they can get to where they think that they need or where they think they want to go or where they think they want that they ain't even what they want.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? Even if we communicate and conversate with them, now they still gonna kind of probably veer off and look at these things because you got peers telling them this, or they're gonna be kind of, in question about some things, but they're still at root. I remember I used to do things, but guess what? I still had this. It's this thing right here.
Came right back to
I can't even, because I'm like, I would never forget the conversations my parents had. Yes. I would never forget what I was taught. So there was always something there that made me say, you know what? I better be careful about this, but I still want to see this. You know what I'm saying? So we can't put all the blame on that right there.
Not all the blame, but it's damn sure a very strong variable within it. I will agree with you if we had to put something within order. Household is number one. Yes, ma'am. But damn sure social media is not too far behind because you have people that have some of the craziest conversations on social media, but face to face, they can't look you in the eyes. It's to the point where there's this one individual.
Wait a minute. How do you say conversations on social media? Do you mean just texting conversations?
Texting.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. I
No,
don't
people
know.
have full-fledged conversations
but I don't know.
on Facebook, IG.
Can we? I don't know. It's a form of communication. I wouldn't necessarily say full conversation. Like
No. People definitely have full-fledged conversation, and if you're comfortable enough to have, it's like a lot of times people are real cocky. They'll talk over the phone. They'll talk over the phone with mad air in their chest, but when you see them face to face, they'll actually cut around the corner and try to avoid you. So that what social media did, it gave people a voice who typically would be voiceless. It gave people confidence that has low
and then
insecurity.
It opened up a lot of worms, just like you got these kids.
Don't get me wrong. Now, social media is a good thing, but anything good is always something bad on the other end of that. Too much of anything is bad.
Yeah.
Right? So with that right there, that's what I'm saying. So when you have people that sit there on social media and have full-fledged conversations, then we look at the Snapchats or all that. So therefore, you can hide behind a camera and
filters.
You know what I'm saying? There's this guy in particular that I'm thinking about at work. It's to the point where he keeps dreads over his face and looks down when he's walking. And then when you hold conversations with him or try to hold conversations with him, he speaks in a low tone. He's very whispered. And I'm sitting there like, but then you go on his IG though, he lit. He's crazy. It's like popping.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like you're super confident within that phone or your iPad or whatever it is
But
you're
it's
doing.
just that nobody ever taught him how to communicate. Nobody ever taught. Man, I'm gonna tell you something.
You know what? Okay, so how about this? I would like to challenge that. Someone never taught him. But due to the fact that you got YouTube, Google, and all this right here, can we still use that as a crutch?
We can, because YouTube and Google ain't gonna teach you how to really communicate and say, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing though.
Yes,
listen, with YouTube, you can search, okay, how to communicate or how to present yourself. You're gonna have about 1,000 searches. So now you have to figure out which one is going to be the best one to fit my personality or this right here.
That even goes face to face though.
Well, no, I feel
work for Moe or LadySamoan doesn't mean it's going to work for Malik and Mason.
Exactly, but then I feel like the work really comes in with building your confidence, building up who you are, and then finding a group of people or someone who you can talk to and who you can open up and say these things to.
Yes,
I think what's missing is that people don't have that trust factor in other people. So therefore, they're sitting there and they're kind of isolating themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people got to get out of the whole way of, okay, I can't trust this person. I feel like you have to start getting to a point to where you just got to give it a try. Because if that's the case, you're gonna never have no relationships.
Man, we wounded soldiers out here.
Oh yeah, I understand that. Trust me.
Out here.
Trust me. I know. I feel the same way. But I also understand too, and I guess I'm different, been out here for a little while. My thing is, if I don't get a good vibe from you, I can't rock with you.
Right.
You got to go off of how you feel. That's why I say, when ultimately in the beginning, like I said, if you make you happy first, you can know and you can be around certain people and you get a certain vibe. And it's like, you know what?
Filter through the bullshit.
You can filter. And it's like, you know what? I can talk to you, but I can't have a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. It's okay. I don't have nothing against you. I just know you're not good for me.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes down to us maybe, doing things together or this right here,
Mm-hmm.
I know how to handle you. And that could be my old school way, or when my mom said feed him with a long spoon, or whatever.
Malik did that just this past week.
Yeah,
but
that's how it is. I can talk to you, but that don't mean I'm on the level of me and you can just, hang out willy-nilly. And because if I already got this certain vibe about you, I may not know what it is, but I'm not going to stick around to find out. Because I trust myself more. I trust myself so much to love myself so much, care about my own happiness so much, that I'm not going to feel uncomfortable to try to make you feel comfortable and me less happy. That doesn't make any sense.
Very much so.
We live in a selfish world to where people want you to be uncomfortable to make somebody else comfortable. No. If I don't like something, I don't like it. It's not nothing against hating you or nothing against, making you feel bad. But you got to care about me being happy as much as I care about you being happy, so you understand that it's on a respect thing. If I'm happy and you're happy, then okay. But I'm not going to jeopardize my happiness to make you happy. And I'm over here looking like, well, dang, no.
That's like something that we need to call on Bertha on right there. I think she'll have a field. I think she'll have a field day.
Yeah, on Bertha, them country women, they ain't got time for that.
Those seasoned.
I don't know. Bertha gonna get you on that, but I feel like
She doesn't listen to us.
No. But one thing I'm gonna tell you, man. I love, 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 love. There's a lot of people who can't say they love where they're from. I always tell people Plantersville. They was
y'all could have actually heard what we was just talking about before we hit record.
Oh yeah, I'm not going there.
We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. But if y'all could hear that right there, because honestly, whether y'all realize it or not, or Lady Samoan realize it or not, y'all got a glimpse of what really goes on behind closed doors. We see things the same for the most part, but granted, I'm still a male, she's still a female. She has a different upbringing than myself, so we do bump heads at times. We just have a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with that right there, y'all got a good glimpse of that just now. So imagine when our kids is in here and they're taking sides and they're hyping like, no, I'm going to go with daddy on this one. So nonetheless, I thought that was real helpful and healthy as well just now.
Yeah. And one thing I'm going to say.
I'm sorry. People think that we're perfect,
Absolutely not.
I don't know how many days we ready to headbutt her.
No, absolutely not. I don't know what you're talking about because we're on a podcast. We're not like.
I'm sorry. Lady Samoan, don't let the glasses fool you. What's crazy?
Listen.
People tell me, like, I don't know how your wife deals with you. I said, let me explain something to you. Me and my wife been together for 17 years. Is it 18 this year?
Oh, man.
Yes, 18 this year. We've been together for 18 years. We're going on almost 2 decades. If y'all think Lady Samoan, a.k.a. Courtney Morrison, is not just as much as crazy or off as I am, please reevaluate.
You know what I would say? I'm going to say something in this and then we can end this because the only thing I'm going to say, when somebody have to come on like that and tell you about somebody else, you just already know they're crazy off Jump Street, so then they're going to try to pull somebody else and they're crazy. That's it. That's all I got to say.
I'll never deny I'm not awkward or weird.
That's all I got to say. If you got to pull, you went through a whole spill. I ain't saying nothing. Because I'm sitting here like, yo.
I don't even got to go further. I don't have to go no more in details. For those that know us, they be like, yeah. She's just as off as he is. Trust me. But nonetheless, she has to be the sacrificial lamb. And she has to be damsel in distress, I guess. So nonetheless, yes. But y'all, Lady Samoan, got anything else to say? You just took over the podcast. I just want you to know.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I hope it resonates with somebody, man, for real, because I'm so passionate. I'm passionate about. I always say, I look at it now. I kind of wish I had this same confidence and voice.
Everything's happening exactly as it's
prior.
Supposed to.
Yeah, but I'm so grateful just to be able to speak and say these things. And the beautiful thing about conversation, like I say all the time, man, is that we can say something today that can resonate with you in a year from now, 2 years from now. So
typically, conversation where we can only really vouch for ourselves does not have an expiration date.
Yeah, so it don't have an expiration date. So that's the beautiful thing, and we're definitely going to get where we want to be and how things are going to be for us. And I want everyone to just keep listening, keep pressing play. Please go like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Subscribing is the biggest thing. I'm gonna end it off on this. Press the subscribe button. Get notified when we upload stuff. We know we got Aunt Bertha on every Monday. On our YouTube channel.
Podcast every week.
Our podcast comes out once a week on our YouTube channel, and we got some other stuff mixing that we go, So y'all look out for us, because I'm telling y'all don't want to miss this good stuff that's coming out. We got some great stuff. Yeah, we got some great stuff coming out, especially, and it's going to be on our YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
So just like and subscribe, share that stuff, man, and go back and listen. I'm telling you, our content. There's so much stuff in there. And like I say, maybe you're going through something, you want to hear something, you want to share somebody's story.
I'll be honest with you, maybe we're going through something. We're just using this microphone as as therapy.
Yeah.
So therefore, not only is it good for you, it's also good for us. I mean, for those that know me, they know that I can talk. And when I do talk, it's conversation of substance, as well as Lady Samoan, as y'all heard today. Y'all just go ahead and subscribe, share, comment. Please comment. Let us hear. If you disagree with something that I said or Lady Samoan Put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. What we say is not law. It's just our opinion.
Yes.
But we do stand on that.
And it's perfectly fine if we don't all agree.
Absolutely.
You know,
That's a
but the
great
beautiful
thing.
thing is we started something that is trying to get away from it, which is communicating and
Yes,
conversating with each other.
yes.
So let's just start that with each other and just, I mean, if you see us out, hey, how you doing? If you want to talk, let's talk. I mean, you know?
Trust me, if you see me, I will talk to you.
Let's talk. Just don't give Mo your number, because, woo, I feel sorry for you. But all right.
Yeah, like I said, I'm the one that's crazy, right? But all right, y'all, this is the With All Due Respect podcast. I am your main man, Mo, and to my left, we have the lovely lady Simone.
Yes, yes.
Until next time, man. Peace. You have a good day, good week. Check out On Birthday on Monday, all right?